The fifth insight of the Celestine Prophecy is called The Message of the Mystics. In this insight, the protagonist has a mystical experience. And I also picked up on something about that. I don't think it's just a coincidence that this was the fifth insight, chapter 5, as I believe that underlying the deeper meaning is an expression of the fifth dimension. So the fifth dimension is the dimension of love and a higher dimension that many of us are now entering, where before people could only have a glimpse of a mystical experience, we are now entering an age where we will be able to hold it for longer and have more, and ultimately reach a higher level where it will become the status quo, a higher dimensional way of being. At least that's the potential of where we are heading. So the number 5 also represents change and transformation numerologically, and numerology is based on vibration and energy, and each number has a vibration. So because we currently live in a world of constant chaos, conflict, anger, violence, restlessness, we cannot maintain a higher state of consciousness for long. At least it's very hard to, even those who are quite spiritually evolved. Because we get knocked back, we spiral back into, what they call 3D reality, no matter how hard we might try. So we are now entering a period where we will slowly regain that euphoric progressing back to our origins, the higher dimensions, or the ultimate consciousness. But we need to consciously fill up with energy, consciously, in order to do this so that synchronicity will become the new norm. It's about filling up, growing, expanding, and it's also about awareness. That is what the whole movement towards global spiritual consciousness is all about, the new paradigm, the shifts. But before we can reach this level, we must face up to our own behavioural patterns, our old stuck ways of thinking, controlling, and even leeching energy from others. The interplay of energy that is here for us now in this lifetime, but also harking back to all our previous incarnations, the karma that's swelling up and that we need to work through, these patterns, these recurring patterns that keep happening. We need to start to disintegrate and release our need for control and drama and all that stuff, all the chaos that confuses us, distracts us, and leads us to, and this actually leads us to the next insight, which is will be my next video, called Clearing the Past. And that's something that we have all been doing for years now with all these energy shifts, clearing up all this, the stuff, the memories and the thoughts and everything stuck in our cells and in our and affecting us, that is all stuff that we need to release. It's been coming up to the surface as waves of energy have been pushing it through. So almost like the angels are now giving me a visual of a volcano, okay, that everything builds up, and then it erupts and flows out, okay, and then then there is the healing and the new pastures. So that's an extra message that they're giving right now. So and releasing and clearing the past is often a recurring message that I give to people in readings, and also the guidance that I give out every month for everyone in my newsletter and in my videos. So the mystical experience that this insight talks about is described as a euphoric connection with everything. Have you had one of those moments that's really profound, even if it just lasts for a moment or a split second? A total kind of security and confidence. He felt light, connected, excited, like the whole landscape had become a part of him, and like the whole universe had become his body. So this grand sense of oneness. And oneness is something that you'll hear a lot of spiritual teachers talk about. And as I just said that, I looked at the video and it said 444, which is the number that the angels are with us, guiding us. They're here with us right now. So in other words, what he had experienced was a subliminal heightened feeling of oneness, or some people call that agape. There's many words for the same thing. Or you could just describe it in one word, love, i.e. universal love. A love for everything, a sense of interconnectedness. And now, right now, you might be feeling through my words transmissions of vibrations of love heading your way. So I'm actually sending out healing energy right now as I say that, for you to experience that oneness energy, that love energy, and the energy that connects us all. And as we reach higher levels of consciousness, there will be more of this flowing rather than the chaos and all the negative energy that we are experiencing here on life, on this planet. So allowing the energy of love to enter to you right now as I'm sending it out. Appreciating the beauty and uniqueness of things. It's like when you head out into nature and you just feel the sun on you and the beautiful surroundings at the beach or wherever you are, and you just are encompassed by it. So fully receiving the energy now as I send it through. And that's what it's like when you have a mystical experience as well. As an extension of this, you can also give love back to others, or to nature, or humanity as a whole. So that's what I'm doing right now, and then those transmissions you can also send out to others. You can do this at any time yourself. When you are in a state of love, you can project it anywhere, even afar. That's how healing works, like distant healing, and that's how thoughts work. Your thoughts can affect people, whether positive or negative, in another part of the world, literally. It is like an energy wave or a magical prayer that manifests into form. You think it, you direct it, and it is so. It's like a magical formula. We're talking about alchemy here. The mystics know this. Once you have had a true mystical experience, even if you go through slumps in life, you'll eventually return to that higher state again, even if it's just moments. It's like gradual, 2 steps forward, 1 back, or 1 step forward, 2 back, whatever it is, but you'll get there. It becomes easier over time. It's all about raising one's own level of energy, therefore increasing your vibrational frequency. And that's something that I speak about a lot, and I have a comprehensive article about raising your vibrational frequency on my website, as well as lots of information about energy and other spiritual topics there. So I'll place the links below. And also every month I write articles on spiritual topics and also psychic guidance and angelic messages for all about, the energies of the times. So when this happens, this raised frequency and this love energy, your energy field grows, expands, and it can change color. Your aura, the energy field around you, sometimes it's a dull white and it's neutrality, but it can change according to your feelings and your energy. It can expand to a beautiful colors of blue, green, and so on. And further to this, each color has different meanings. So it's really quite amazing. The more you understand about energy, the more that you will experience it and have a greater understanding of the world and your connection with people also. Food is an example of one way where you can gain energy. And there's so many more which I've written about, but you really absorb it through food when you appreciate it, savor every morsel. When you eat like a juicy piece of fruit and you really experience it and you're in the moment, in the present moment. Consciously, being present while eating, praying before or during eating. They say that taste is a doorway. It is a holy experience. And when you experience this and you eat in the sacred, conscious way, it means that energy from food can enter your body. You can bless food. You can improve the vibrational frequency of it, and with also with water and so on. When you look at this deeper and look at, say, a religious context for this, when people say grace, or when they say giving thanks at dinner table, where this actually stems from, in truth, the core stemming of this, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is what Jesus was really teaching when he came here to earth, is that you gain a higher energetic vibration through the sacred ritual of conscious eating, which then leads to a higher sensitivity and awareness where you can take energy into yourself without eating. That would be the ultimate evolution of this knowledge and this practice. I guess that's what the breatharians or some highly evolved monks have been able to do. So it is really quite amazing. So this book goes on to explain how in his vision he saw the universe, how the universe was formed from the first stars to the build-up of more complex matter, which were simple vibrations of energy evolving systematically into even more complex higher states until life began and evolved to a point where humans appeared. So this is quite deep information here. And now humans are carrying forth the universe's evolution towards higher and higher vibrational complexity. So that was quoted from the book. To understand how all the insights fall into a natural order, let's look at the insights leading up to this one in sequence. So I'm going to read directly from the book now. Okay, so on page 119 it says, "The first insight occurs where we take the coincidences seriously. These coincidences make us feel there is something more, something spiritual operating underneath everything we do. The second insight institutes our awareness as something real. We can see that we have been preoccupied with material survival, focusing on controlling our situation in the universe for security, and we know our openness now represents a kind of waking up to what is really going on. The third insight begins a new view of life. It defines the physical universe as one of pure energy, an energy that somehow responds to how we think." And I'm adding here that that's been scientifically proven. And the fourth exposes the human tendency to steal energy from other humans by controlling them, taking over their minds, a crime in which we engage because we so often feel depleted of energy and cut off. This shortage of energy can be remedied, of course, when we connect with the higher source. The universe can provide all we need if we can only open up to it, and that is a revelation of the fifth insight.